think all of these great ideas that we talked about, we're going to talk about today, really can be undercut if we don't make sure that our metropolitan areas are healthy and functioning places. We really need to connect the president's macro vision of the economy to the reality that our economy really is made up of these metropolitan areas who are the engines of our national prosperity, just like they are in metropolitan areas in countries all across the globe. So the blunt reality then is that last year's economic crash and the global repercussions worldwide are really now being felt in states and metropolitan areas and localities all across the country. So it's this year's budget crisis that these places are dealing with. So when the president talked about job creation and retention, we know that local governments, for example, are responsible for about 10% of the metropolitan workforce. May not be a very popular idea, but direct fiscal assistance to them really should be a critical national strategy. The president mentioned his very strong support for the jobs bill. The House has passed theirs. He has some of this in there for states, but I think there's much more that needs to be done. When the president talked about doubling exports in 5 years, again, a very bold, audacious goal, putting aside the merits of that for a second, the reality is that it's going to have some impacts on freight movement in this country. And our ports, our freight corridors, our global gateways, they're really in bad shape right now. So it's one thing to have a big federal vision, a big national vision for that, but this really plays out in states and metropolitan areas all across the country. We need to have a national strategy for moving goods in and out of this country. So, again, I think that the speech really did lay out, I think, a realistic agenda and connecting this thing of the green economy to the next economy. But I think there's a lot more that we still need to do.